Thank you, beautiful.
Okay, y'all, it's Bonnie motherfucking Blanco.
Yes.
We got a lot to talk about, girl, because this part three is putting me through it.
Yes.
It is
It's
putting me
stressing
through
you
it.
out.
Dream, that's how you say her name, Dream.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Dream is stressing me out.
Yeah.
Yes, and so is Rennie.
Yeah.
And now Daria is stressing me out with her shit.
Yeah.
Girl, okay.
They
So
kept telling her like you always drinking our tea, but you ain't never telling us what you got going on. And she had a lot going on.
girl. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start the episode off. All right. So today's episode is for the readers who love a good mess. The ones who know that hood love ain't for the faint of heart and that sometimes the only therapy we got is wrapped in a plot line full of trifling decisions, street code loyalty, and women trying to love while surviving. Our guest today is the woman behind the Messy Pen movement, author, storyteller, and chaos whisperer, Bonnie motherfucking Blanco. Bonnie doesn't just write urban fiction, she curates black ass sagas where love is loud, pain is layered, and the characters are both villain and victim. From Get Your Clothes Out My House to the wild ride that was Dream's emotional roller coaster. Bonnie gives us books that makes us talk to ourselves, want to tweet somebody, and be in her DMs like, how the hell did we get here? So today we're getting into the thick of it. We're going to talk about love, logic, lunacy, and how Bonnie motherfucking Blanco became who she is, the patron of mess.
Ooh, I love it.
So introduce yourself, ma'am, and tell us all about it.
I am Bonnie Blanco. I write urban fiction slash street lit. I've been writing for 2 years. It made 2 years in February. I just finished and put out my 24th book. My 25th book will be coming out this month on the 10th. Yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
20. Oh, God. It been that long since I've been following you?
Yes, I think whenever I had reached out to you, it was Soul Ties with a BBW from the Trenches. That was like my eighth book.
What?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. So, Bonnie, where, how, and when did we get here? Where did this pen get so messy? And when did you realize that this urban fiction, chaotic characters, and hood rooted storytelling was your lane?
I loved reading. Like I always been a reader. I read urban fiction. Like I grew up reading. Well, came up reading like Lady P, Misha Mish. I was reading Nisa Santiago, and I just like a messy hood story. Like if it's slow, it don't grab my attention. So I knew that I wanted to write the stuff that I like to read, the stuff that interested me. But I wanted to make it a little more messier.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
So, how do you define a messy story? Is it about the characters, the consequence, or just the drama that won't let up?
Just the drama that won't let up.
Why you be trying to put us through this?
I don't know. I love mess. I love mess.
When does a goon become a goblin? Like seriously, when do your male characters cross that line between hood romantic and certified red flag?
Ooh, I feel like they start off being a red flag, but I feel like as time goes on, like they just become more unhinged, especially when they're dealing with somebody that they really love. Like my men just be crazy about their women, so they do drive them a little more crazy.
Man, cause menace is a menace.
He is. I love Menace. I'm gonna miss him.
And then heavy is a menace, but he a quiet menace.
Yeah.
Logic is a whole fucking red flag. Matter of fact, that bitch is the fucking United States of America flag.
For
That
real. For real.
God. So, how do you build a world surrounded by chaos, love, and strength without putting one over the other? How do you give space for all three without letting love become weakness or pain become glorified?
Oh, well, I feel like whenever I'm thinking of my story, I
Mm-hmm.
outline just so that it can have a balance of all. Like I love love, but it still has to be messy. So I want to make sure that it's just an equal amount of everything. And when I'm outlining, like I be writing down where I want it to go. That way, it just all balances out. It's not too much of one.
Mm. So urban fiction is our genre. Like it's
Mhm.
blackness all the way through. It tells our stories raw and unedited and full of heart. What has urban fiction offered you personally and creatively?
Urban fiction has offered me an escape from reality. Like when I'm writing or even when I'm reading, it just gives me an outlet to escape whatever I'm going through and put myself into that book, whether I'm reading a book or writing a book.
I like that. What does your pen say about you as an author? If your books were therapy, Lord Jesus, I would. What type of therapy? If your book, if
Listen,
your,
I don't know because it stressed you out, so I don't even know if that could be. But no, I feel like my books do give a great escape from reality too. Like even though it's messy, you can thoroughly enjoy the book without being stressed out. So I feel like my books do give you a release from whatever you got going on.
so, if your books were therapy, what wounds are you writing through or writing from?
I would say just strength of women really. Like I don't write weak female characters. Like if you read one of my now they might be a little dingy sometimes, but they not weak and they don't put up with stuff. So
Because
I
Dream
feel
was
like
whooping niggas' ass.
yes, I feel like that's one of the things. Just strong black women.
Mm. What was missing in the books that came before you in part of the urban fiction genre? What shift do you see now in this genre that gives you hope or fire to keep going?
Mm, that is hard. What was missing? I would say I don't know. I can't say that anything is missing because reading those books before I started writing motivated me to write. Like I could read books before my books and know like what direction I wanted to go in. So I don't feel like nothing was missing. I feel like yeah, the industry is growing, but I feel like the books then were good too.
I feel like what was missing was the freedom. I
Yeah.
think I think back in the day was selling out of mom and pop shops and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you go to the African store, you gonna see Zane, you gonna see all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But now it's more of a freedom because we have the interwebs.
Well, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more of a freedom. So, what is a hood love story, and how do you define the difference, if any, between black love and hood love? Can they exist in the same vein?
Mm, black love and hood love. Yes, I feel like they can exist together. I feel like the difference between black love and hood love, like black love can just be, black people, you can have a regular 9 to 5 and you meet your soulmate and y'all don't really have no problems. But hood love, I feel like it's gonna be more obstacles for you to get to the end. So like once you get there and you get your happy ending, I feel like that hood love just makes everything you went through more worth it.
Mm. So let's talk about your latest drop. Get your clothes out my house. That shit should have said, "Get out my motherfucking house, bitch ass nigga."
Yeah, yeah.
But so, how did this book come into your spirit? Was it born from real life pettiness or just the art of dramatics?
So, real life pettiness. What I do is I study what people are like into.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was thinking about that book, I was thinking that I hadn't seen a lot of YN books, but the few that people were talking about, like they liked them. They wanted to see more about YNs.
Mm-hmm.
So my last series before that wasn't contemporary, but it was softer. Like just don't embarrass me. I felt like it was good and messy, but it didn't get the traction that I wanted it to. So I said, let's switch it up. I can't be soft. I gotta go back to my hard roots. So I wrote something just really, really, really messy.
Girl, book one literally had me ready to throw this motherfucking candle across the fucking
Yes,
room
yes, it's
because the way you ended book one with her and that doe, and then the friend and the sister and him, bruh.
mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. And then book two, I was ready to fucking just slap the shit out of Dream. Like, what is you doing, bitch? What
That's
is
a something like that. Yeah, she was tripping.
And now this book, I'm about to smack all three of these bitches because I'm like, what is wrong with
But
y'all?
wait till you get to the end. When you get to the end, it's gonna be worth it.
Girl, because right now, I'm about to throw their clothes out. They
For
all
real.
about to
Help
get
them get the clothes and put them out yourself.
I want to talk about how this name came about before I even get back into the book. How this name came about, because those of y'all don't know about what a Bonnie Blanco is. Please tell us where this name came about, Bonnie Blanco.
So Bonnie Blanco came from, like, I wanted a unique hood name. So I got Bunny from Bunny and Clyde, and then I got Blanco from Griselda Blanco, and I put those together, and it's Bunny Blanco.
That's why her name. Y'all cannot be saying her name like Bonnie Blanco. Y'all lame as fuck. Bonnie motherfucking Blanco.
Hey, you gotta put it in here.
You gotta
Hey,
say
y'all,
that
I'm
shit.
sorry, I haven't been reading the comments. Hey.
So Dream was a range of 1 minute justified, next minute a full blown ass dummy, and somehow back again justified.
Yeah.
How did you keep her development so layered without losing the readers?
So my thing is, I be wanting my readers to love a character, but then hate them too. But then at the end, I want you to understand why they were the way that they were throughout the book. So that's just what it is. I do like to give my characters different elements. So I just want you to love them 1 minute, hate them 1 minute, then understand where they coming from at the end.
Because right now I'm at a point where she's smart, but she dumb.
Yeah.
You know,
you get to the end, she gonna be done made up for it.
Okay. Because I was looking at her when she was explaining to Menace why they should be back, and I was just like, bitch, so it took what? For you to what?
Yeah, that's what he said too.
Because I was like, bitch, I'm flabbergasted. What the fuck you mean? I would have been like, the dope, bitch. So logic. Oh, girl. Jesus. He is the poster child of trifling Negro.
Yeah, he is.
What made him such a good villain? What energy were you channeling for this dumb motherfucker?
I just wanted to make a male character that everybody would despise and understand why Dream was doing what she was doing. Like, you know, when women move on, they, you know, talk about the women or blame the women, call them whores or whatever for cheating or whatever. So I just wanted to make Logic, you know, just a bad guy, so people would understand where Dream was coming from when she did what she did.
Cause that nigga, the shit that he did to Nina, even though, but that shit was not warranted.
Now he was trifling for this.
Trifling as hell. So let's talk about Nina. Ooh, child. Her jealousy cost her everything.
Yeah.
Was she built off of someone in real life or straight from your imagination?
I feel like she came from my imagination, but we all know somebody like Nina. She's not, you know, they don't go to the extreme that she do, but people are around us all the time that are low-key jealous, and you just never know. They envy you when you really just genuinely love them. I know that all of us have met somebody like that. So that's where I pulled Nina from, just life experiences, but I've never met anybody like Nina.
Be lucky.
Okay? I know they out there, though.
Oh, yeah. They're like roaches. They don't never go away.
For real.
So, what's her name? Daria?
De'Ara.
In heaven. That situation.
Yeah.
Now, that situation was messy as fuck.
It was messy.
What inspired that dynamic? And then there was, you know, the whole husband shit. What inspired that shit?
One, I never knew what De'Ara was gonna have going on, like, at all throughout the book. She was just a friend, you know, that didn't really have a voice. She was just off to the side. But throughout the book, everybody kept saying they felt like she was hiding something. So I kept thinking, what can make her, like, have a lot of drama? Like, what can I do for her to have a lot of drama? So they figured that she was seeing somebody, but they didn't know who. So I just put in there at the last minute that it was heavy, and I built on that. But then, we all have friends too who go through stuff but don't want to tell nobody, so they deal with it by themselves secretly. So I was like, okay, let's make it seem like she had some real stuff going on and she didn't want to be a burden to her friends. So that's where the green card situation came in with her husband. So yeah, I didn't know what was gonna happen with the Aaron book one. I just knew I had to make it messy.
And Benny ass, his bitch ass.
Yes, Benny was something else.
Y'all now watch out for them African men now. Watch out for them African men.
For real.
They be looking good and then trap your ass.
Yeah, he didn't want to lose that green card.
Girl, I was sitting there like, what the fuck is he on? She like giving you the shit back. Yeah. Move around.
He didn't want that money.
Nah. Mm-mm. I kind of figured that. I started to see it in book, I think 2. I think it was book 2, yeah. I started to see how he was acting so possessive. I knew it wasn't even about that. I knew it wasn't about that. Yeah. But he was another bitch, just like Logic.
He was.
So let's talk about Rennie. She is the bane of my motherfucking existence. I haven't got to her forgiveness arc or anything like that. She is the bane between her sister Nina and how do you write that? Because Rennie fucked over her friend, who's supposed to be like her sister, to protect her sister who was treating her like she was a friend, and then she fucked over the nigga to play with the nigga that played in her face. What the fuck?
She really had the most going on, for real. But with that, I just knew in the beginning that I wanted Rennie to have that secret because she was with Dream on the first book, going to the studio with her when the book opened, telling her like Logic not cheating on you. He he loved you or whatever, but she knew that it was her sister. So with that, most people aren't going to throw their sister under the bus. Like if you got to choose between being a friend or being a sister, most people are going to choose their sister. So she just was in a tough spot. Like she didn't know what to do. So she did what she thought was best. She wanted to protect her sister. But she kept telling her sister to end the relationship. She kept telling her sister. And she told Logic. Like even though she didn't tell Dream what was going on, she was telling them behind closed doors like what y'all doing not right.
But I don't know, because if my sister acted like Nina, I already can't stand them bitches as is, and it's 8 of us. So if my sister was acting like Nina towards me, bitch, hell yeah. And if my friend has been more of a sister to me than my sister, I would have been like, look, this is what it is, especially for a no good ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I could have checked my sister, but also told my friend, yo, this is what's going on, man. Check your nigga. But she didn't even do that. And don't get me started about what's the 2 niggas' names that she was fucking with?
Oh, Rome and Melly.
First of all, the way she did Melly, she should be underneath the bus. Underneath the bus. Because that man was really literally trying to love her. Yep. Rome, why? He literally had a baby on him.
Yeah. But so, you gotta keep reading because her leaving Melly to be by Rome's side in that hospital, that turned Melly.
It did. I saw it. Okay. Look, I'm like 110 pages in. I saw that, and I saw how she reacted when she found out nothing happened to him when he was with his baby mama, because he was supposed to be at another spot.
Yeah.
His wig slapped back. But I saw how she would breathe like happy. You know what I'm saying? You laying on another nigga chest.
Yep.
Yo, that shit blew me. How do you write these characters where it's so... Because you know you did a good job, right? Because the way we are reacting to it, you know you did a good job. So how do you write this and maintain your own fucking sanity? Because, girl...
It's easy. Like I said, writing is my escape. When I go into a book, I always say this just got to be messy. Like you got to pull out the messiest mess that you can. And then when I'm putting my book down or getting away from my computer for the day, I just go back to reality. It's easy.
Man, Yo, Bonnie. See, this is why I gave you that name, Bonnie motherfucking
Yes, I
Blanco.
love it. I love it.
Every time. So, how messy are you willing to get? Like, is there a line you don't cross, or is chaos just part of Bonnie motherfucking Blanco's storyline?
Chaos
That's the
is
stamp of
definitely my
approval right there.
storyline. It's not too much that I wouldn't do,
Hmm.
unless it's just crazy, crazy.
Okay. What's crazy though? Because you write some
um,
crazy shit.
yeah, I wouldn't unalive no kids or nothing like that. Stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So, what are your goals for your career? Like, where do you see yourself headed in the next, you know, 3 or 4 years?
So I am putting out my first indie book on the 10th. Yes. And it's called Carrying a Big Dog's Legacy. Thank you. It's called Carrying a Big Dog's Legacy. It is a surrogate, a BBW surrogate book. So I have
Oh.
coming, and then we talked on the last podcast interview, and I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go in, but eventually I do want to be traditionally published. So I plan to like branch off. I want to do some real romance books. I want to just do different stuff. I'm gonna try dark romance and see how that goes. But yeah, I just want to expand my horizons and try different stuff, different genres.
Since I've been a reader of yours, your writing style, I can see going dark romance. I
Really?
can literally, because, okay, ma'am, you got me over here pressed as fuck about fictional characters and their situation and ain't got shit to do with me. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you writing a dark romance in that same breath, but adding more chaos to it.
Yes.
So I don't know, the Bonnie. I don't know. I think you need to go ahead and go that dark romance. That might be your ish right
Okay.
there. That
I'm
might be the
definitely
one.
gonna try it.
And you know how many black women on here that like dark romance?
Yes, I've been seeing.
So I mean, come on with it. Come on with it. Because I love urban fiction, but at the same time I like variety. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And I realized that it's only black authors I can read when it comes to dark romance. I know that sounds crazy as fuck, but I literally can't read white dark romance because they be over the top too much. Too
Yeah.
much. But then again, somebody will look at black dark romance and be like, that wow. But I'm sitting here like, damn, that nigga fine as fuck.
For real. For real.
I be literally talking about, damn, he crazy, but past the unaliving of everybody, he finding a motherfucker.
Okay. So what makes it dark romance?
What makes it dark romance? It goes past even darker than what you do.
Okay.
Okay, it goes by. You're writing urban fiction, and your urban fiction can have dark elements in it,
Hmm.
where it's just like they cross the line. Okay, Logic and Nina, the truck, the robbery,
Okay.
that would be considered dark.
Okay.
But if you went further with it,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Say, what can I say? Say, okay, Rome and Melly got this beef, right?
Hmm.
So let's just say that motherfucker said, I'm gonna go get your baby moms, put her in a shack, and set that motherfucker on fire.
Okay.
Type deal. That it is, you just going dark. Like shit that you wouldn't see in just a regular urban fiction. You push the envelope, like you do some extreme shit. Now I ain't talking about knocking off kids and all this stuff. But I mean some of that shit is in dark romance. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about you do some extreme unaliving. You pushing the limit of a lot of shit. When it comes to sex, it's not just, the regular degler. It's he do some extreme shit to her ass. Like, okay, let's take Victoria for instance.
Hmm.
I never get over that scene where she fucking had that nigga the kidnapped the motherfucker that really he just an innocent bystander. Kidnapped his ass while he cut him up and he, all over her stomach, like, yeah. Ooh, that was good. Like, bruh. Like, why? But
Okay.
that's dark romance. That's on some crazy kidnapping and all that crazy stuff.
Okay.
Hold up. And have her like running through the woods and he trying to catch her. Type stuff. That's some stuff Latoya did. Latoya Nicole, she did that running through the woods like bitch run.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I could definitely do that then.
So that in itself is dark romance. And that's why I say I don't know, it's just different. Maybe it's because it's a flavor with us in our culture. Mm-hmm. When y'all write, there's flavor to it. Mm-hmm. White authors, they're good, but it doesn't have that cultural flavor to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could read a white paranormal author, but I love black paranormal authors. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's a different flavor.
Yeah.
Same with narrators. I love some white narrators, but when a black narrator narrates a book, ooh, shit, it's just different. So let me ask you this. What advice do you have for new authors in urban fiction or just in writing in general, especially the ones who are scared to write messy but want to be authentic?
Well, the advice I have is to just do it. Like, don't think about it, just do it. And to keep going. Like, when you're starting your writing journey, it's hard, but it gets easier. You just got to keep going. So I say just do it.
Speaking of, somebody said dragons and fairies. Speaking of that, Bonnie, when I'm going to get a paranormal from you?
Oh, soon. I want to do everything. Soon, for sure. I want to write a vampire book. I've been saying that, so.
We going to get Vickers?
Yes.
Ooh.
So soon, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. When I post this interview, if it's not happening in the next year, I'm gonna send this interview back to your ass. You said
no, it's gonna happen probably before Halloween. I'm gonna make sure I do it. Now I have more freedom to write what I really want to write. Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm gonna be getting into some of everything.
Ooh, I can't wait. So where can we like catch you? Come on, Bonnie. Where are you gonna be at outside? Cause it's hard to catch your ass.
I know.
It's hard to catch.
I'm doing the Books on the Ground in October in Houston. That's all I have planned right now.
I almost called you nigga. When you gonna do a boozy book tour?
What? I'm gonna have to get with you and see the dates because I really need to do one. I was supposed to do the one in Tulsa, and my books didn't come to the day of at 4 o'clock.
Well, do Vegas.
And when is Vegas?
February 27th through the March 1st.
I think I could do Vegas.
Yeah, do Vegas. Come in Vegas.
Okay. So I'm gonna DM you when we get off of here.
Okay. So, what else can we expect from you? Like, what's in the pocket for like books, merch? Mm-hmm. Which I really think you should be doing merch. And you should have shirts that say Bonnie motherfucking Blanco on it or some shit.
That's what I need for real.
I'm just saying because, bruh, that's you or mess or chaos or mess or some shit.
Yes, I'm gonna have to get a little slogan and give me some shirts.
I'm definitely saying you need to. So drop your socials and where readers can find you and all that good shit.
I'm Bonnie Blanco on all platforms. So that's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, just Bonnie Blanco.
Man, so we're going to do this outro. If you want to stay on so you can hear about the readers' businesses, because one of those businesses might help you, you know what I'm saying? And book events that are coming up. You can stay on, but I'm going to do this outro and then we're going to get to that. So Bonnie Blanco is the proof that storytelling doesn't have to be clean to be powerful. It can be loud, layered, and still healing. She writes from the cracks where love is survival, where characters are both heartbreaking and hood famous, and where our culture gets to show up full, unedited, and unapologetic. So if you're looking for stories that shake the table and still got something to say, Bonnie motherfucking Blanco is the name. And listen, don't just read her book, study the mess. Because sometimes the messy pen is the one that tells the truth. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay loud, stay loved, and stay black on purpose. And I'm out.